All right. And then finally, it is our last day of saying what we're thankful for in Philly sports. And I think today, because this is a This Day in Philly Sports History podcast, where I'm thankful for just the rich history in Philadelphia. Obviously, championships have been lacking over the course of 100 and how many ever years, but we've had a lot of great players, a lot of great teams. And I think in Philly, a lot of times when our teams are doing well, we tend to appreciate it more because we know the success a lot of times is notwithstanding. So certainly thankful for the rich history. We've had Hall of Famers. We've had great stories. Had some great teams. Some of them that aren't even here anymore, like the Philadelphia A's, the Philadelphia Warriors, the Frankfurt Yellow Jackets, who won the first NFL championship in Philadelphia. The Big Five we talked about before. So college basketball. At one point in time, Philly was the mecca of college basketball, the connections we make with the teams, but most of all, a lot of that history and a lot of those players and a lot of those teams, especially on Thanksgiving, it brings us together. I mean, it's a way to bond. It's a way to sometimes in some families communicate. I know there was a point in time when I was a kid and going through the typical teenage stuff, just fighting with my dad and being not rebellious, but just having those typical teenage issues. But sometimes what would make it better is we talk about the game. I remember going down to an Eagles preseason game with my dad and just things like that. So I think sports, especially in Philadelphia, it's a way to bring us together. And while the history itself might not always be positive and lacking in the championship department, I think it's worth being thankful for the rich history we have here in Philadelphia, just for the bonding experience. I mean, just I remember always going to see my grandmother, and she'd always, whether it was Philly season or Eagle season, it was always, what are the Eagles going to do this year? Why are the Phillies so bad? Or just ways to spark the conversation. So that's why we're thankful for our rich history in Philly sports. Now, we might not have the championships, but we have a lot of good players and teams that we've had. So that is what we're thankful for, all in honor of our gift and food drive benefiting the Maddie and Dixon Community Cupboard. Still time to donate. Even $5 will go a long way. The link is in the description. If you're going to donate directly to them, be sure to mention Maddie and Dixon, or be sure to mention This Day in Philly Sports History so they know where the donations are coming from. But that's what we're thankful for.